Good morning, everyone. This is Drew with Drew Drives at Grubbs Family Dealerships, and today we're going for a drive in the 2022 INFINITI Q50 Red Sport 400. So I already have a good amount of videos on the Q50 Red Sport on my channel, but I haven't gotten a video on the 2022. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. I mean, they all drive pretty much the same, but they're fun cars to drive. The Q50 Red Sport is definitely very underrated. Most people don't know. A lot of people don't really know much about it. It's a nice car. It has 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, 3-liter twin-turbo V6. It's a 7-speed automatic transmission. Very fun. The seats are nice. You have this diamond stitching. You have the Bose Performance Series sound system. You have carbon fiber trim in the interior as well. It's really good. Put in reverse, and you have a 360 camera and a regular camera. It's a bit grainy for sure, but it's still nice that you get a 360 camera. Paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. I mentioned a lot of the video. I have a lot of videos on the Q50 on this channel, and I was saying a lot of them I wish INFINITI kept the column mounted shift paddles, because these plastic ones behind the wheel are kind of flimsy. The column mounted ones are way better. Like from 2016 to 2018, 19, whatever, they had the column mounted shift paddles, which was way nicer. You have heated seats, no ventilated seats. You have a touch screen over there, and you have your maps up there. You can also use this little dial right there if you want to. This one's finished in slate gray. It's a nice color. This is a good looking Red Sport, the specific one. It has, the wheels are blacked out. It has red Brembos. It's a good looking car. I like slate gray. I mean, it doesn't really look gray, to be honest. It's more like a light blue-ish color. Powder blue, kind of. And you have the Red Sport badge. It's just an S badge. And then on the Red Sports, the exhaust tips, it has dual outlet exhaust like the other Q50s, but you have little dots on the outer edge of the exhaust. So let's go for that drive. I'm gonna put it in Sport Plus. So the thing with the Q50 Red Sport, as I mentioned, I've driven a lot of them. I've driven them many times. It's really fun to drive, but I do wish the handling was better. Like, the steering is stiffer for sure than a normal Q50, especially in Sport Plus. You can feel it, the suspension changes. But around corners, at higher speeds, it definitely doesn't feel as planted as it should, at least to me. It's really fast, but I do wish the handling was a bit better. Like the TLX Type S, you know, direct rival to this car, handles way better. Like the TLX Type S has less horsepower, but it handles way better. That's where the TLX Type S shines. Its handling is fantastic. And yeah, as I said, this car does handle pretty well, but I would expect it to handle even better than it does. Like, I took a Q50 Red Sport for like a 3-hour drive once. I had to go somewhere, and I was really testing it, and I definitely did not feel all that confident around corners at high speeds as I do in some other performance sedans. Like, I'd say I mean, it is good though, but not amazing, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this car is really fast. You put your foot down, this thing will fly. I mean, most people are not really all that familiar with Infinitis, and they don't know what a Red Sport is. But one thing I wish the Red Sport had was more distinction. Like, it really doesn't, you can't really tell other than a little red S badge on the back, and then the wheels, which only, like, I'm talking about like people who don't know that much about cars. Like, most performance variants of cars have a lot more badges, different grille, kind of, sometimes a different grille, bigger wheels, a spoiler, all kinds of stuff to make it look like the performance variant. But this car, it just has the little dots on the exhaust tips. The wheels are different. You have red brakes, and then it just says S. That's it. It's just an S badge. It didn't say Red Sport. So it's kind of hard to differentiate this from like a Q50 Sport or something like that. I mean, before the Red Sport came out in 2016, it was the Q50 Sport, and they also had the hybrid. But the Red Sport was the first one with 400 horsepower. But yeah, the steering feels really nice in Sport Plus. It's heavy, very heavy. Yeah, this car is fast, and the transmission is responding really quickly. I like that. Look at that, nice response from the transmission. I mean, it's not a dual clutch or anything, it's just a standard 7-speed automatic, but it's nice. It handles pretty well. I mean, it drives pretty well. Yeah, I'd say this is a really good daily driving sports sedan. The thing with this is, yeah, in Sport Plus you will feel all the bumps and stuff. Put in standard or eco mode, you could drive it normally. It's a comfortable car. The Q50 has always been a really nice car to drive. Like, as I mentioned in my videos on the Q50 Lux, Q50 Sensory, and the Red Sports, even in the new 23s and 24s that are still on Infiniti lots, those are great cars to drive. They're really fun to drive. Even the regular Q50 with 300 horsepower, it's really, really fun. The engine sounds good, the seats are comfortable, the car drives good. And one thing I do, which is cool, these do have like a certain charm to them. Even though it's outdated, the interior is really outdated. You can get like a new, but like, you know, these interiors are more simple, and a lot of people like that. I like it too. I mean, I wouldn't buy it new, but I would buy it CPO, or I would buy a new one for if there's great incentives and deals on them, because it's like a 2-year-old car at this point. I would buy it. If I was looking for a nice daily driver sedan, I would buy it, because why not, right? I mean, think about it. But yeah, I mean, the Q50 Red Sport is very popular in the used market, and the Q60 Red Sport. They sell really fast, because as I'm saying, in the price point, a used Q50 Red Sport in the high 30s to $40,000 range, or depending on the miles, of course, it's a great value, because you're getting a really fast sports sedan that looks really good, sounds really good, has really comfortable seats and a nice interior. You're getting a really good car. It's a great used car value. And I'm telling you, the Q60 Red Sport is even more popular, because the Q60 was discontinued in 2022, and I think the Q60 was a really elegant coupe. It's a really good looking car. It looks better than the Q50 to me. So yeah, they sell really quickly, and people really want them in the used market for good reason. They sell really fast, these Red Sports. Even for the Q60, even Luxes, Pures, they all sell really fast too. It's a nice car. And if you're thinking about getting a Q50 Red Sport, do it. It's a great car. I mean, as I said, like, people are, yeah, you know, you can argue, of course you can argue that, yeah, brand new is not, it's really expensive, it's in the above 60K, but if you're getting a used with fewer miles for much less money than that, it's well worth it. And if you can get a good deal on a new one, which is like sitting on lots for like over 1 or 2 years, it's so worth it. Like, why would you not do it, right? If this is the kind of car you're looking for. It's all about the value, right? But yeah, overall, great car. Thank you for watching another video of Drew Drives. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and be sure to check out the link to Grubb's family dealerships in the description below if you'd like to shop for cool pre-owned vehicles like this Red Sport.